All right, it's time for the Weekly Watch Report where we talk about the things we watched this week. Weekly Watch Report on Monday. 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 Boom.
Shakalaka.
I have an exciting one.
Okay.
I didn't watch much, but I have an exciting one.
Okay.
The Devil Wears Prada.
Oh.
For the first time?
So I've seen it bits and pieces on cable. Like I've never
sat down and
watched it. But it's on Hulu.
Uh-huh.
And I sat down, no phone, watched it, full attention.
Wow.
What a great
movie.
Great movie. But I have to say something. And maybe this is a hot take. And I don't know. Because I have never discussed The Devil Wears Prada with anybody because I've never seen the full thing. I wasn't happy with the ending.
It even when it was first out, it had mixed, because it's not your typical ending.
It's not, and
which people love.
I appreciate that.
Right, it's a more thought-provoking ending than just a happy ending.
If I leave the movie going, I didn't really like that ending, I'm okay with it because they were doing something different there.
Yeah,
but I didn't like the ending.
Ideally, how would you have wanted it to end?
I wanted her to fucking become, like, I wanted her to keep working with Miranda.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I
wanted her to just fucking full force become the top bitch.
Yep. Poor Vince.
Yeah, I mean,
no, he stunk.
He wasn't a very supportive boyfriend.
Yeah, he's arguably.
She did miss his birthday, but he wasn't a very supportive boyfriend, and he mocked her and he made fun of her, and I hated the scene.
I was thank God they didn't end up together.
Yeah, and I hated the scene where they're grabbing the phone, throwing it around when Miranda's calling, mocking her job. I didn't like that at all.
No.
But I didn't like the ending. And you know, she wanted to go on her own path, and she didn't want to work for Miranda, but she was crushing it. She was crushing it. You know, she had what it takes to be top bitch. And she left. And that's her journey.
Exactly. It was just a life-altering journey, short, and it was a journey that Andy had to go on to find herself and a different path.
But man, she would have crushed it in the fashion world in that path. So I was upset about that. I didn't like the ending.
Yeah, but good movie.
Yeah. Oh my God, I was locked in the whole time.
Yeah.
I didn't want to pick up my phone once.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to put my phone down and watch this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not even going to, I'm just going to really zone in. Loved it. I'm going to give it an A.
Yeah, it's an A.
Not going to give it an A+ because I didn't like the ending. But I'm going to give it an
A.
Because the rest of it was really good. And that was, I honestly did not watch a ton the past week. Like I had a lot going on. So there really wasn't a lot of downtime to watch anything new. I watched my usual shows that I put on in passing, Friends, King of Queens, Entourage, Desperate Housewives. Like I hit all those, but that was just because I didn't have the time to sit down and really dive into something new.
My friends are jumping into Desperate Housewives. Rewatch some of my friends.
Are you gonna?
I know.
You got a lot going on.
Who has the time?
Right.
It's just on top of my regular scheduled programs. Boy, is it tough to sneak in anything else.
Something new, yeah.
But I think realistically, when we have some holiday time break, then I might try and jump right into it and binge some stuff. I had to discuss with Joe because I actually do think he wanted to
watch it,
rewatch, because he watched when he was younger with his mom.
Yeah, I mean, didn't we all?
Yeah,
I think,
and I never watched, and so I want to jump into it.
Yeah, no, I mean, he'll love it.
Yeah,
but I
wish I had the dedication or not the dedication, but just if I wasn't so lazy to do. There are couples on TikTok that do my wife's watching One Tree Hill for the first time, and they set up the camera and they do reactions and the whole thing. And it's funny, and I always watch. There's one couple, I watch them every single time she is watching One Tree Hill for the first time, and the husband's already seen it, so he's and I was like, damn, that'd be funny if I did that for Desperate Housewives, but it's just far too much work.
I know, you think it's funny in the moment. I thought about when I filmed Marty talking about Sex in the City.
Yeah.
And it's you think, I also wanted to do it for the OC when
he superimposes the show into the video.
So much.
A lot of editing.
Not going to spoil anything for the OC, but there's a very big moment.
Yes.
And I was oh my God, I should film this. And then when the time came, like I just wanted to give him the privacy to experience that.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, if I just start filming him and like what, it would be hilarious. But then you gotta set up the whole tripod.
No, I know.
And then it's like, am I gonna get the genuine reaction?
Right, because you know you're on camera.
There's a camera there.
Sometimes I do think I'm like, this girl's playing it up a little bit.
Right, the pressure's on, the camera's there.
Yeah.
So you never
know you're going viral, like you're trying to have those big reactions.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair.
You almost have to do it secretly.
Yeah, but it is, as far as like rewatches that I really want to do or shows that I haven't watched before, that is not top of my list. I really have not.
Right. Like I said, the other ones were just shows that I throw on at night. So the classics, I'm like obviously crushing King of Queens right now, but all the other ones I throw on as well. I mean, Arthur, Jerry is just too funny. Yeah. Like he's just too funny. I find myself now talking like him around the apartment. Like I've like I picked up on the
you started mannerisms like
Arthur Spooner.
Like an old man from New York.
Let's go outside, Douglas.
Yeah.
I've just picked up on.
Hey,
Marty said yesterday
he
was like
genius,
you have the looks of Carrie, but now the personality of Arthur. Yeah. He's like, I don't know what's going on.
One big family.
Yeah.
What did I? So very much same boat. Not a lot on my list this week. Did not watch anything out of the ordinary. Special Forces, I have stayed in tune with. I will try and say this in the nicest way possible. I just really would like Tom Sandoval to send himself off this show. I know time has passed since they have filmed, but the accountability is still not, like, it's still him being like, oh gosh, I just like still really don't know why all these people cared about what I did. Like, I'm a dumb reality star. And like, it still feels like excuse.
Mm-hmm.
And I know he's like, I'm here because I want to get like beat up, like and punished for like what I did. And I'm just like, I just can't enjoy watching him. It really does not bring anything extra to the show. I care so much more about all the other people that are on it than him. Like, I'm tired of hearing him.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously Tyler's doing a great job. Like I said, he hasn't really had his big moment per se yet, which I'm sure will be coming. And the Olympians always do very well. And JoJo Siwa is also kicking ass. I mean, not shocking at all.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised by that. Jack Osborne's a little funky. Not funky is maybe not the right word, but he's sassy. Like, he, I guess, has said that he has a lot of either friends in the military or has done trainings and things like that where he feels like he's really equipped for something like this. And so like if he does something wrong or like is getting yelled at, he kind of like has a bit of a tood. But of course, like it's crazy for him to be on a show like this. I applaud him for that. He has MS. And he is doing these like very grueling physical challenges and is putting his body through that. So I definitely, give him a lot of credit for that. But I think there's only 7-ish people left at this point. Everybody else has sent themselves off the show. And I'll give Special Forces a B+. And this past week's episode of Dancing with the Stars, well, it was Disney Week, which is my favorite.
Yep.
I fucking love Disney Week. And there is one thing that I want to talk about with Dancing with the Stars. I don't really like last week's episode. It's fine. Like, there's certain people who are great. I think Adrian Peterson was sent home, which is like fine, whatever. But everybody is fascinated or like standing this pairing of Harry Jowsey and his partner Riley, who is a new pro, Riley Arnold. She is the sister of Lindsay Arnold, who is been a pro on the show for a while. She's not on this season. But Riley, like, just graduated high school. She's 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And the internet, the show, it feels like a lot of it's coming from the show, which kind of makes me feel a little icky. Like some of it's on TikTok. People were like, oh my God, I love them together. Or there's rumors that they're dating. You see videos of them like walking, holding hands. They say really nice things about each other. Last week's episode, Julianne Hough called them lovebirds. And so it's like every year, every season, Dancing with the Stars loves when there's some kind of romantic potential pairing. They love to play it up. And if they went into this season thinking like this would be the one, it doesn't sit well with me because she really she's 18, he's 26. He has been
He has a bad track record.
He's been on a lot of reality shows
with
girls. A really funky track record of dating. Yeah. He's done tons of podcasts talking about his dating history and all these things. And I don't know, it's like, are we supposed to believe he's turned over this new leaf to be this great guy for this 18-year-old girl? Something does not sit right with me on that. And I don't like that Dancing with the Stars is kind of really pushing this.
Yeah, and I don't, he always does this nonsense where you think he's turned a new leaf, like when he was dating Georgia. And you're like, oh my God, he loves Georgia. And then all of a sudden you find out Georgia's like, yeah, he cheated on me. Like he never turns a new leaf anytime he talks about it.
I know, and of course he's being very sweet on the show, right? Mm-hmm. Talking about her, she's so great, she's so kind, and it's nice. But I'm like, what kind of showman situation do we have going here? Now, if it really is are they just pushing it because they want to stay on the show? They're getting votes. People think they're cute together. Fine, that happens every year too. They, people lean into it if there's two single people, they lean into it to stay on the show. But it's all over TikTok. It's really people are just supporting this as a real life pairing. And I don't...
and it does not have your support.
It doesn't have my support. I can't put my hand up and say, I think that this is, a good real life pairing.
Yeah, I don't watch the show, but I'm with you. I've seen the TikToks. I've seen everything. I think she seems like a sweet young girl.
Yeah.
And I don't think we need to be like, yeah, you should date Harry Jowsey.
Yeah, it is weird because I just went on her Instagram, and if you scroll back a little bit, it's like prom.
No, she just graduated high school.
Yeah, it's crazy.
How did they find her? She was a professional dancer already.
She is a professional, but she's Lindsay Arnold's little sister. You hear what I just said? Lindsay Arnold was a pro, or is a pro, and has been on Dancing with the Stars for a lot of seasons. The ballroom dance world, I think, is fairly small.
Yeah.
And there, people, or because you're in the Dancing with the Stars troupe. She's done things with Dancing with the Stars before, and then when you get the big promotion of, hey, you're going to be on the show, it's obviously a very big deal. So yeah, that's something that's going on. I don't really have a grade for Dancing with the Stars because it's
they're pushing it because I think they want to bring a younger audience in
for sure,
and that's what this does. But I'm with you.
Yeah, I just if your thing was, hey, we want Harry Jowsey to be in a potential showmance, pair him with someone more age appropriate, or if you really wanted, for sure, Riley deserves to be on the show if she wants to be a pro. Plenty of young bucks that could have been her celeb partner. I don't know. It's an interesting pairing that I feel like it's not.
Yep.
I don't really like where they're going with it. Okay. Other than that, I truly have not watched
What's your grade for
anything else.
She said she's not grading.
I'm not grading it. It's just, I have not watched the reunion of Real Housewives of New York, but I watched the last couple episodes. I'll give the end of the season I'll give it a B. The reunion was Sunday night, so I haven't watched that yet, but the final episode was very interesting to me just because I feel like there are some women who are really sharing everything and some that aren't. And it's just I don't know, I get you want to have your privacy, but you're on Real Housewives of New York. You kind of, I feel have to sign that all away when you decide to go on a show like Real Housewives.
Mm-hmm.
Just because that's the whole point of the show. And you share your relationships. Like Jessel has shown a lot. Her marriage has been questioned. Her husband's on the show. It feels like she has put herself out there to be like on reality TV. Jenna Lyons, I think, has shared a lot about her personally that we have not known, but like relationship-wise, it's more private. Ubah, like the final episode was Ubah freaking out about them even discussing this guy that she's been seeing. And to me, I'm just like, you kind of have to share those things, I think.
Yeah. I also watched Real Housewives of New York. I'm going to grade it a C minus, actually. I wasn't obsessed.
Yeah.
I find it to be like background noise.
Yeah.
I'm not like totally locked in. Partially because what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
It's like, it's a reality show. Of course they want their privacy, but then when you're like, and I respect that, and then you go, but wait, they're on a reality show. So like you are watching for these people's lives. So it gets confusing.
Right. And it's more frustrating, I think, when it's split. When some people you feel like are sharing a lot and then some don't, where it's like, well, this is kind of the name of the game.
Yeah. I mean, I don't get necessarily that worked up about that. I think more so the stuff that is being shared, I'm not like, oh my God, whoa, this is the craziest, most interesting thing ever.
It's not.
It's just, it's fine to watch.
It's not. I find them to be entertaining. I do I liked the new cast a lot.
They all have very different personalities, which I find to be interesting.
Yeah.
And I think that they are out there now. Like we are being shown them on social media a lot. And so they're kind of I feel like they're being sold to us in a way, but we're buying it.
Yeah.
Like I do like their or I don't know if that's the right word because I'm not like obsessed with any of them, but they all have interesting personalities.
Definitely. And anytime there's a new first season of a whole new cast, like there isn't going to be some crazy headline news moment because that's just like they're all really starting to get to know each other. I don't know. I think of like Salt Lake City. Now, nobody needs what happened on Salt Lake City to happen on other franchises, but like the first season of Salt Lake City was kind of like that, where you were getting to know these women. It was like, wow, we got a cast of characters here for sure. And then it wasn't until the second and third season that it was like, oh shit, now we have all the insane things that are happening. Yeah. I don't know if that'll happen with New York. It doesn't need to happen with New York.
I think the ladies of New York,
the first season is a warm up season, I think.
Yeah, and I think they have longevity.
Yeah,
like,
I
they
agree.
all have interesting personalities that are locking people in. But
I agree.
Not necessarily like, oh my God, this is the craziest thing ever.
Yeah. And yeah, that's all I watched. It's crazy. I really have not. I did not watch a lot this past week, and I am sitting on the last Only Murders that I just haven't watched. Like for weeks. I'm like, I have one episode left. How have I not finished?
I haven't watched either because the last time I tried to watch, I wasn't like loving it, which really upsets me because obviously everyone knows how much I love the show.
Yeah. It was a little bit of a slower start to this season, I would say.
Yeah.
You got to get to like 5, 6.
Yeah, I think I need to push. I will push through, obviously.
And Sweet Magnolias got renewed for a 4th season, which I was very surprised about, but happy about it all the same. So that's a TV news, but that's all I watched.
Before I get into my weekly watch report, I just thought of something that I would just like to say about. It doesn't really relate to this. It's more back to the wedding talk, but I think that irons should have an on button.
You just had a take that you needed to put out there,
and
that was like a hot take on the iron.
An iron should have an on and off button
because I don't really iron ever, but I was in the hotel room and I was like, let me iron my shirt. It's a little wrinkled, so I took the iron out,
plugged it in,
put it on like this leather like chair thing, like face down. Plugged it in, turned around to put the table, like to open the table up, and then I started smelling like burnt something. And I turned around and picked up the thing, and it was like stuck, and I ripped it off, and it burned into the leather couch. So there's like a full, my hotel room, there's a full imprint of the iron burnt onto this leather couch, and hopefully, if they say, I'm just gonna deny it if they ask me. But I thought there was an on button.
So that's
Like
just,
there was switches on
that's
this
just
thing
on you for
heat.
not knowing how
That's
an
just
iron.
on you.
Whenever
But why isn't there
It
an on
lights
button?
the
up
thing is
when it's
with-
on.
with
I know, but like, why
You
does
plug it in and a light turns
I know,
on
well-
the iron that it's on.
But why does it on it? Like
but
nothing else is like that. That you plug it in.
any
And it's
hot
just,
thing like that, I would just never put.
You would just
face
never
down,
put face down on any kind of
maybe
on anything.
Maybe we know more because we deal with like hot tools like straighteners and curling irons and stuff. Like
Yeah.
when it's plugged in, I just would never put it on like a surface like that. But that's crazy. I do think an on and off button for an
like,
iron
I'm
would
just
be
kind of
great.
like, why wouldn't they have it on? Like,
But they
seems
just
dangerous.
have never have, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways,
All right. Well,
yeah.
maybe they'll take that into consideration
Yeah.
the next time they make a new iron.
Okay. I watched The Burial on Amazon Prime. It's the new Jamie Foxx movie.
Okay.
Very good. Very good. Jamie Foxx and Tommy Lee Jones. I didn't know the story, but Jamie Foxx, I mean, is obviously an incredible actor and just a great movie. I'll give it a B+.
And that's
I highly
new?
recommend it. It's new. Came out. I wouldn't be surprised if, I don't know if it's Oscar worthy, but I wouldn't be surprised if it got nominated for some stuff.
Okay.
I watched this documentary on Hulu called Monster Inside. Basically, it's about the most intense haunted house in the country, and this guy it was just like this one guy who ran it, who was like a creep and an insane person, and all these like horror stories, and they have like the actual, because he filmed all of it, like he basically just terrorizes, he basically like tortures people.
Jeez.
I wouldn't.
No
recommend,
thanks.
I would not recommend it to like you guys because I just feel like you wouldn't like that.
Yeah, I
but
don't
honestly,
love
I kind
scary
of
things.
looking back, I'm like I'd rather not have watched that. I'll give it a C. It's just disturbing.
There's
and
some pretty like insane. I know that the premise of scary movies sometimes can be kind of ridiculous, but the previews that I've been seeing on TV for like scary movies that are coming out, I'm like, what are we doing here? Like I was watching football yesterday, and they kept showing a preview for Addison Rae's in it for a scary
Thanksgiving.
for a scary movie about Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I'm like, why do we need a scary movie about Thanksgiving?
yeah, Halloween's over by then.
The movie comes out in November.
Yeah,
But you can make a scary movie about anything.
I know. I just
But
feel
let
like
me
Thanksgiving
also
is.
say they need to not be putting scary commercials.
No,
during
I
football.
know.
I don't like
There
it.
was another one that I forget the name of that was like people were in stuffed animals,
like
costumes.
Football is a family fun
I know.
day.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I agree. I absolutely agree.
Why are we putting the scary commercials in?
No, the
I don't
scary
wanna see them.
commercials should not be a part of
And
any
during The
football.
Bachelor.
Yep.
Are you listening, ABC? Stop putting the scary commercials on.
Yeah,
I don't want to see it.
I know.
So yeah, I give that a C, but I would not recommend to anyone to watch that.
Noted.
The morning.
C grade. Do not recommend.
Yeah. I watched episode 7 of the new season of The Morning. Also, sorry that I sound so sick because I am. The Morning Show, episode 7 of the new season. Give it a D. Horrible.
Oh.
They need to end this show. This has to be the
Wow.
last season. Not good. Just not good at all.
Wow.
And John Hamm's in it, and it's just like, why are all these good actors wasting their time with this show?
Damn.
That's my opinion on
Damn.
that.
Cold.
Like,
Yeah.
This show has taken a huge drop off. Like it fell off a cliff. Not that it was ever like that good, but
It was really good.
I think
though,
like it was
to
like
start.
the first season or two. Like, yeah,
This is the third season, right?
this is the third season. Yeah, I might just stop watching. But it's kind of like one of those shows I'm just watching.
Yeah.
But okay, I haven't had a real like bad movie recommendation in a while, so I have one. It's called The Layover, and it's
Is this with Alexander Daddario and
Kate
Kate Upton?
Kate Upton, yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously you know why.
So
I
that's
clicked
why you
on
watched it.
But just not good at all.
Oh, 2017.
Yeah.
Um,
I remember when that came out.
yeah, it's just like the movie's horrible, but I was like, all right, Alexander Daddario and Kate Upton, like also like
Damn, is this the guy from fucking One Tree Hill?
I don't remember the guy in it. I just remember those two because everyone was like, "Oh my god, a movie with Alexander Daddario and Kate
I never
Upton."
heard about this until I just saw it on whatever.
It is.
It has a 0%
Crazy Cousin Derek.
on Rotten Tomatoes.
Brother Derek.
Is that possible?
Oh my god,
Not
the
cousin,
one that
brother.
the reason
The one I
I'm
saw in the
afraid-
airport.
The reason I'm afraid of blondes.
Yeah.
That has to be a mistake, right? It says 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, it might just not have
It
even.
has 18 reviews.
Oh. Well.
It could be 0%.
I mean, I don't think it would be that bad, but it's really bad. Yeah. Also, what happened to Kate Upton? Like, is she still acting, or I feel like I haven't heard from her in a while.
I feel like
Wow,
she's
really
just
does
living
have
life
0%.
as
Yeah.
Yeah.
as a wag.
Yeah, you see her at the Astros games all the time.
Yeah. So I'll give that a D-.
The Other Woman, one of my favorite movies.
That's
a
a
good
great
movie.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did start Special Forces this season.
Oh.
I haven't seen the first season,
Yeah.
but I was like, yeah, why not? And I like it. Like,
It's
It's
good.
good. It's a good show. Yeah, it's interesting to see all these people that we kind of know of put in these situations.
Mm-hmm.
I like at the beginning of the first episode where he's like yelling at Tyler to like take that smirk off your face. Like, it's funny.
Yeah, they are no bullshit, those guys.
Also, Des Bryant. I don't know if it's a spoiler or whatever, but it's in the first couple episodes. But like, I was surprised Des Bryant, like how his thing ended.
Really, I wasn't. I mean, Des has always been known as a pretty hot-tempered guy.
I guess, but he seemed like so calm leading up to that point, like and level-headed, and then, yeah.
I think he just had a moment, and then he were like, look, he regretted
Yeah.
it, and they were like, nope, sorry, you're out.
Yeah. I'll give it a B. I'm going to keep watching it.
Yeah.
So, and then I watched Scream 6 last night.
Because you knew
yeah.
there was another one.
Yes. And I'll give that a B.
Is this one,
This is in New York.
is Jenna Ortega in both of them?
Yes.
Okay, so she's in
She's
the
in
one
5 and 6.
5 and 6. Okay.
And this one's cool because it takes place in the city, so
Yeah. Do you recommend the Scream movies?
I do. These are good.
I've been thinking about watching them
You
lately.
should.
I've never seen
Wait, you've
any of
never
them.
seen the original?
I've
No.
seen bits and pieces of it. Like, I'm afraid and I don't like scary things, but if something's mild, I would like to watch it.
What's mild for you?
Like, I don't like the ones where it's like, "Wah!" Like, like
This
you feel
one-
like they're
Right.
coming out of the TV.
Supernatural.
Like, I know Scream. I know what he looks like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Ghostface.
Like, you're not like, you're not trying to watch like The Conjuring.
No,
and
no. I watch
Supernatural, freaky.
Like, right. Like things are, like people, like a family moves into a house and
Yeah,
things are happening into the house and all of a sudden it turns into like a very like horror movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, is this scary or?
It's scary, but I wouldn't say it's like you're never like jumping out of your
Right.
seat.
I don't want to be jumping. I don't want to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
jumping.
Yeah, I've only seen the original. Like I've seen the original a million times, and then now I've seen 5 and 6. There were like a bunch in between, obviously, but like I never saw those. But it is cool because they call back to the original
Yeah.
like a lot.
I could do like a little murder, but I can't do the.
Yeah, and like Courtney Cox, like obviously she was in the original, and she's still in it. Like
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
have
yeah.
some of the original people
Right,
still in
right.
it. Yeah, I like them. I would recommend.
Noted.
Um,
I haven't watched a single scary thing. Like, I haven't watched a single like Halloween themed thing since this whole month. I gotta watch something scary.
I guess if you don't count Twilight,
Yeah, that's true.
I'll give that a B. But it could have been a B plus. But I was kind of like, I'm deaf in one ear right now, so like I wasn't getting the full experience, you know.
That's fair.
But yeah, that's everything I watched.
And he's deaf in one ear because it's congested from his airplane.
Yeah.
Just thought you could provide some clarification. You
People
just
might think
throwing
that-
out
Like,
that you're
I'm-
deaf in one ear.
I mean, I could be. That's my biggest fear right now is that I'm permanently deaf in one ear.
Well, you're gonna head to the doctor today, and they're gonna figure it out for you.
Hopefully,
Everything's gonna be okay. All right, those are the things we watched this week.